use your God power to get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. If you were vibrating on the lower bad frequencies most of the time, playing the low notes, how could you or would you notice that another low note is playing? If you have a low vibration that sounds like this all of the time, and then you have an ominous vibration coming that sounds like this, then when you get the ominous vibration mixed in with the vibrations you normally feel, you hardly notice the difference. It all seems similar to what you were used to and not unusual. All I know is this: everybody who died had that possibility in their energy. People who notice the death and mayhem that plays throughout the world accept that that is part of life. People get killed every day, and my time could come at any moment. That kind of thinking opens the door to death opportunities. Everybody who lived had survival in their energy. Things are always working out for me. These kinds of people don't have the possibility of untimely death in their energy. They don't believe that we are all at risk and could be killed by a drunk driver, disease, or whatever at any time. There may have even been someone who totaled their car on the way to work that very morning, and while they were standing in the streets looking at what once was a brand new car, uttered these words: "Even though my car is totaled, I know that everything is still always working out for me in some way." Of course, they didn't make it to work at the World Trade Center that day, and they didn't die either. This is where people exclaim that good people died in that attack. I reply, I know they were wonderful and loving people, but they also believed that there were things and people out there who weren't loving and wonderful. They believed that they could be harmed and killed, whether it was by accident, natural disaster, disease, or at the hands of another. They believed that there was a possibility that one day it would be them. You could be Mother Teresa, and still, if you thought about red cars, you would see them. That's the kind of vibration you develop by watching the news every night and seeing and hearing that people died in a fire in their house, or in a car crash, or got shot at school, or in a botched bank robbery, or by some mysterious disease. You begin to believe in the possibility of death, whether you are a saint or a scoundrel. When you know and understand the matchmaking power of resonance, you realize that when you are aware of death, death is aware of you. When you are aware of life, life is aware of you. When you are aware of happiness and opportunities, they are aware of you. In that train wreck example, not only were there people who didn't get on the train on those accident days, but there were people who did only on that day. I don't have any facts to show you, but it makes perfect sense. People who expect disaster and misfortune would have been attracted to take the train on those days. Maybe they never take the train, but just decided for, quote-unquote, some reason to take the train for once. Of course it crashed, and they probably told their friends. Can you believe it? I took the train for the first time, and sure enough, it wrecks on that day. I can believe it. if they are experiencing events like that and they keep talking about it, they're going to keep on eliciting and attracting more and more of them into their experience. Hopefully, they will never say, quote, one of these days, one of these accidents is going to kill me, unquote. Because if they do, it probably will. If you hear on the news that someone has been breaking into houses, you begin to worry about it. You think, could it happen to me? As you give thought to this, you are transmitting the meaning of, I could be robbed. When a thief drives through a neighborhood looking for his next victim, how do you think that he decides which one he will rob? It is the one that he notices and which gives him a gut feeling. Your house, which was once invisible to him, now catches the attention of this thief looking for a house to rob. He feels the resonance of your thought of being robbed and his desire to rob. This explanation wasn't meant to scare you, and it doesn't happen that fast. However, what you think about often creates a normal vibration for you, and it will be responded to by the universe through resonance. When you become more careful about what you are paying attention to and stop noticing things that don't serve you, your life begins to lighten up. For all you know, no one dies in your town or the world. At least, you haven't heard of it anyway, so it doesn't come to mind. I had a friend of mine who told me that he had all this new security equipment and computer this and that. He said that it was very expensive and state-of-the-art. I told him that he could never outrun himself. The more security equipment he got, and the more sophisticated it became, the more he would need it, because he would be attracting and be coming to the attention of those who could defeat what he had. Anything you guard against, you attract by resonance. If you look at Warren Buffett, for example, who's worth about $50 billion, you will find him walking through the store shopping just like any other person. He lives in a regular home in a regular neighborhood. He has no bodyguards, nor does he worry about any potential problems, and as a result, he experiences a very safe life. On the other hand, you will find executives who are worth much less money, with bodyguards and all the security you can buy, and still they are threatened and experience close calls on their property and their person. The problem is that if you don't have it, you will feel vulnerable, and from that place, you will attract problems. On the other hand, if you do employ security systems, you are still attracting problems. So what is the answer?
Options. Now activating the next video, play options. One moment please. Click on the green arrow to start watching the next video. Or, click on the red arrow to start watching the prior video. Or, click on the tan arrow to go to the main course menu and guide, with links to all course chapters, excerpts, and special reports. Up next, special video options. Click on your choice of course videos, menus, and excerpts. Now switching to the special video options menu and activating the video selection buttons. Click on your selection number to start watching the video. "15 seconds till we switch to the next page with the free download information. Pause the video now if you need more time to review the available selections." This is the end of this course video. Its video number is listed above. To watch the next video, simply click on the next video in number sequence. Thank you.